Okay, here we are at the University Church. There's the fish farm over there. There's the outback. They're working on going to be growing herbs back there. Now come around, you got the gardening center here, and right in front of me we have my own personal garden here. And I'm going to take you on a little tour here because I just now got my signs up. And I'm real excited to see that some of the plants are already coming up. I've got beans coming up over here, but I haven't seen the beets yet. And we got red onions. Now I had to put some of them back in. A couple of them got pulled out. And then got basil. Got 3 different kinds of basil. That back one there is holy basil. And then I got green peppers here. All right, 2 different kinds actually. One turns more of an orange. And then my favorites here are poblano peppers, because they're really good to stuff. They don't get too hot. And the squash plant, a friend of mine gave me the seed for it, and it gets real long and big. But I thought it was going to die, but I gave it a chance, and it seems to be doing real well now. It's even growing another leaf, so I'm going to leave it alone and let it grow. Here we go. We got some borage. Borage is a wonderful plant, and calendula flowers. They're going to look real good out here. And here's some kale. Now the kale I grew, I had some strips that somebody gave me, and so I just laid them down. They're like tape. You lay it in the ground, it grows automatically instead of sticking them in each inch or so. And then beans, I have 2 different kinds of beans. I have black-eyed peas on the left here, and you can see there are actually some growing right there. And then on the right over here is calypso beans, and I don't see them in particular. There's maybe one, but I got them growing at home. And so there's calypso beans and black-eyed peas, and that's pretty much it. And here's the rest of the garden out here. Lots of little raised beds, and then the chickens, of course. And that other greenhouse has 2 other big fish tanks in it that are being assembled. And the small greenhouses over there. Of course, the church is behind that. All right, back to the garden. Thank you for listening. There we go. All right, we're here at the University Church, and we're going to take a look at the progress that I made on my garden here. Lots of seeds have come up. Been a battle with the weeds. I put marigolds in the front to defend my plants, and I've had to replant beets. These are the only ones that came up, but they tell you to replant them every 2 weeks anyway to get different crop. There's a milkweed I let grow, and then the onions are doing well. All the basils are thriving. I planted a watermelon right in the middle, so it'd grow up and down the walkway here. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish this walk over here on the side. And here are the green peppers. And actually this one's called a Valencio, and it already has a couple peppers on it, so that's kind of sweet. And then the poblanos are doing well. And in the back I added some brandywine tomatoes, which I absolutely love. So, and then here is a butternut, or a spaghetti squash. All right. Now these are all from seed. This is borage. Very nice plant, very edible. The flowers taste like cucumbers. Again, there's the watermelon. And then this is calendula, and it's all over the place over there because it got washed around and the seeds went around different places. But there's a lot of them, and I love calendula. I'll just plant some more in there. And then I planted the kale in strips like a tape, and then I couldn't find them, and they finally came up, and it took forever to get them out of there. And that thing right there is not kale, by the way. I asked what it was because it looked like a lettuce, and it's a mustard, I guess. So I'm going to let it grow. And the beans, some of them were successful and others are not. The black-eyed peas, are a couple of them growing, maybe 4 or 5 plants. And then over here, I've got the calypsos, and they're doing fairly well. I replanted them here also, and they're doing real well at home. So that's the gist of it, and I think it's doing real well. All right, have a good day. Okay, it is time for an update on the frog garden here at TUC. So let's take a look and see what's going on here. You can see lots of other people been out here doing some gardening. getting a lot done. Big plants growing, chickens moved, goats moved in. Lots of good things going on. So let's step into the garden. You can see the marigolds doing their job out here. They're keeping people out and insects. It's wonderful. I just took the beets. I reseeded some of them and then I just thinned them out. That's why they look so dreary. But this is what they look like when they grow a little bigger. So I've sampled some of the leaves and I've given some to some friends to tell me what they're like and look for some recipes. Now I replanted some carrots here because I planted some along the side over there, and I'll show them to you when I get up there. And I put boards up and I thought somebody had stepped all over them and they were gone, so I replanted some here. These are red onions and some of them are doing real well. Others didn't make it, and of course you know you've got your milkweed here. And this little bad boy, he's just taking over everything. These are sugar babies. I hope it's worth it because he's got half the walkway already. Now over here we got the three kinds of basil, the sweet basil, and in the back the holy basil there. And then the other kind, I just can't remember the name of, but they're all excellent. And I've been giving those away to people and trimming them back because they've been starting to blossom, so they're filling out real nice. And, oh, do they smell good. I don't suppose I can put that on the video. At any rate, this is a Valencio, and you can see down here that there are actually already some peppers. And I'm not taking them off because those peppers turn orange. And that's a really neat kind. Now these right here are supposed to be the green ones, the big ones, California green peppers. And then of course I got poblanos, which I don't really see any yet. Okay, I think that'll come with more heat. And then in the back are great big brandywines. And I love brandywines. You can see they're starting to blossom, so there's going to be some on there. And there's another one that's taking its course, and I keep trying to bring it back in, and this is a spaghetti squash, and it's stacked up, but I'm going to have to get something to reel it in because it keeps crawling. And this is borage, and the borage is going to flower, and the flowers on the borage can be eaten in a salad. It tastes like cucumber. Now these right here are calendula, okay? And that's a beautiful little calendula flowers. They're starting to come out now. Now the flowers and the leaves are all good to making lots of skin lotions and oils for healing and stuff with. They're really good for your skin. Now over here, we've got all that kale that came up from the seed strips. And then I thinned them out, put them wherever I could. And of course still got that bad boy right there. And that is a mustard plant. And those are mustard seeds. And pretty soon I'll have to get rid of it because it's trying to take over the whole place. And the kale I've harvested a couple times. I just keep plucking it out and it keeps growing, and I take it over to my daughter. Now I've got some black-eyed peas growing here and there and right here. And the other ones growing over here, they're a little bit different color green, are the calypsos or the yin-yangs, okay? You can see they're a little bit different looking in color. And they're both great beans, all right? Again, I've got the milkweeds up here, and we've seen monarchs on these things, so everything's going good. All right. Peace be with you. Bye. Welcome to Frog Garden at University Church Gardens. As you can see, my neighbors are out working on their gardens. And I'm going to take a little tour because a lot's changed in my garden. The milkweed have grown, and the calypso beans, I've harvested them several times already, and as fast as I pull them, they keep coming up. Now I haven't seen any of the black-eyed peas yet, but you can see they're crawling all over the place. And they're actually taking over, so I'm hoping a lot of them will come out. The kale's gotten bigger, and I've been eating it 4 or 5 times. And the watermelon's taken over everything as well. Beets, all kinds of beets are ready. There's like 3 different plantings of them. Been pulling them out. Carrots are coming up. The basil's still good. The flowers on them are going to be used for some sausages. And the red onions, I just took one out to take it home. They can still grow bigger. More carrots. And peppers. Peppers is still coming along. Poblanos and lots of tomatoes. These are going to be brandywines. They're beautiful. They're all over the place. And then the last squash, I'm just waiting for them to turn the right color. But this is something I really like over here. I was noticing Just look across this. I want you to see something really beautiful. Is that gorgeous? I mean, just look at that. All right, thanks for listening. Bye. Wow. Look who showed up. We got black-eyed peas, and they weren't even growing anywhere until just this week. Look how big they are. I took one out and ate it. It's good. The shell's not good, but the seed inside is real good. And the calypsos are still putting out beans. You can still see those great big old beans on them. All right. Bees love borage. They're all over this stuff all the time. I like the calendula too, but they especially like this stuff. Well, we're winding down the season here, and a lot of the crops are gone already, or I'm pulling them out so I can come back and turn this whole thing over. I'm trying to get a glimpse of some of this so you can see what's left, because I'm really proud of some of these things, especially the basil right here and the borage. Now if I just stand here for a minute, you're going to see a whole bunch of bees. And if I go over and I stand in the borage, you'll see the same thing. So that means that these are pollinators, and we have beehives here. So this is a good thing for all the crops and for making honey. And then I've taken out all my beans. The kale I'm harvesting. I've been harvesting it all summer. The watermelon's gone. The carrots are gone. I just pulled the last of the beets. There's not much left here. So we just mostly clean up now. And it's been a really good year. And this is the last of the crops right here I'm taking to my daughter. Got the kale and, you know, the carrots and the beets that were left. All right. See you next year. Bye. Hi. I'm at University Church, and I'm closing down my frog garden. It went really successful this year. Everything I planted grew and more. So I'm looking forward to next year. Bye-bye.